Hey everybody, today James is back. He cleaned his chains last weekend. Now his motorcycle needs an oil change. So we're going to do that. Well, I'm going to watch James do that, and he's going to show you proper technique. So this is a 15 CBR600, and let's see, you got to take the lower, or the middle pan, the lower fairing off. Thank you, James. And then you can get right to the oil filter and the drain. So there's a bolt, 2 bolts there, and then I think you got to do a clip or something in here. And then there's a bolt there, which is probably missing. And then there's a bolt there. And that whole lower fairing comes off, and you can get right to everything. And we'll show you what to do once we get it off. Here we are. What size is it? 12? 14?
12. Neither way wants to come out.
I'm gonna push on it. Push.
Ow.
That's part of it. It's part of life, James.
Well, whoever the fuck tightened it.
Probably me. Have you used wrenches before?
Yeah, but I don't want to get touched by this hot ass oil.
Well, you got a while to go before that bolt comes out.
Yeah, I feel like Dookie. So
Not a driplet. Alright. That's where you drain the oil, and the oil filter on this motorcycle is right there behind the header. And we use those K&Ns on them because on these sport bikes, because they have that extra little nut, and you can hit them with a wrench and pull them off. Otherwise, they're a total pain in the dick to pull off. K&N oil filter, always get the best because, actually, I mean, they're good. I'm not saying they're not bad, but it's nice because they have that little nut piece. I'll show you what it looks like. There it is. The filter has this little like nut on it, and it's meant so you can like safety wire the filter if you're doing track days and whatever else. But we like them. I like them because they have that nut on there and they make it easier to get the filter off and on. You start it by hand, and then I just usually give them like a tiny little crank on the wrench when I get them on there. Yeah, that's how they do that. I hate that design. When you pull the oil filter out, it literally just destroys your header. You gotta use a whole can of brake clean. Give her the squirt, spray her all off, get all that shit off the header. And wait for it to drip. You tighten your drain plug, you just get it a little tight, like you tighten it and you just give it that like snugness pull. That's all it takes. You don't need to strip. That's a tiny bolt. Make sure you lube the O-ring on your oil filter. And then you stick it in.
Oh, my headers are cold.
James rides his motorcycle. Like, he rides it in the snow. He rides it in the salt. He's riding off-road in the desert. You're dirty. Get to use like a daily driver. Even though it's daily drivers out there in my driveway, in my parking lot out there, actually. Cars everywhere. You know you don't need a super crank on that hoe.
Yeah, I know. I don't feel tight. It's still loose. I'm still hand turning. I just don't feel like hand turning it.
Oh. And we just use those filters because they're easier to, and you can just give them a little bit of that with the wrench just to keep them on there good. We always use the GN4. Like if we had Yamahas, we'd use, Michael's Yamaha, we'd use Yamalube, but the factory oil it's got to be right for it if it's factory, and it's cheap. That stuff's like $23 for that gallon, and regular oil, like Oil 1 or whatever, is like $12 for a quart. And that jug of oil will do this whole oil change, and then it will do half of another, where you only need 1 quart to do another one. So it works pretty well to buy those jugs like that.
Yeah, I stuck my finger in it.
That funnel's gonna fall off, I think.
It's all the way in there. I believe.
I got it now. So it takes 3 quarts, filled it up with the quarts. Got 1 quart left in the bottle. Buy another one and then you can do freaking a whole nother oil change and then have extra, and like it works out like after like 3 oil changes you end up having a whole full bottle of the 1 quart leftovers, and then you get a whole, like, basically a free oil change out of it. You just have to buy a filter. So it works well. I don't know, I like buying those quarts, like, or those jugs like that, and it's cheap. Fire it up, James. You do your little startup run, make sure the filter's full, and then it has a window, this motorcycle does, a window right there, and you can just see the oil. It's like right at my pinky, right in the middle of the 2 lines there and there.